All gas, no break. Welcome to the show. Chris and Mo, for the moment, Justin should be joining us in the next 20 minutes or so, which for him probably means like 45 minutes to an hour. But we have, but we have no time. We have no time to wait. This is episode 84, I believe, and we have a special guest, a special recurring guest. I believe it's his third time coming on our podcast. Formerly covered the Jets for the New York Daily News, now covering the Houston Texans for ESPN. DJ Bien-Aime, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Going back to familiar stomping grounds this week. I wish that it wasn't as chaotic over there, but it is what it is.
It can never not be chaotic. I mean, I don't think it was even this chaotic when you were around. So you were there basically
no dull moment.
For Saleh and Zach Wilson's rookie year, which
Mhm.
everyone kind of, everyone was there was really no expectations that year anyway, and you kind of laid out the blueprint for how the Jets could improve their team by drafting Sauce and not drafting a center in the first round.
I've actually come around on centers. I've come around on centers a little bit, but not to draft them in the top 10 though. Hell no.
Not when you have not when you have as many needs as the Jets have, and I think I think you were one of the main one of the main people pushing that there was a very strong possibility Sauce was going to be the pick, and a lot of people I remember didn't really agree, and props to you, you nailed it, and ultimate vindication for that, and I'm sure if Jets fans could do that one over, they'd all agree with you and be happy.
Yeah, fact. I remember that.
Yeah, so I have a question that I've been wanting to ask you. So you've covered you've been covering the Texans for a couple of years now. You covered the Jets Saleh's rookie year. So you've covered both Robert Saleh and DeMeco Ryans, both of them defensive-minded backgrounds out of San Francisco. Obviously the Jets offense is what it is. It's historically going to be, one of the worst offenses ever, if not the worst. The Texans, obviously, CJ Stroud looks like he's a lock to win Rookie of the Year now, and that offense is pretty dangerous and a lot of fun to watch. My question for you is, is there anything that you've noticed that DeMeco Ryans does differently than Saleh as a coach? Is he more involved with the offense, or anything schematically that he does differently than Saleh, or do you think it's just a matter of the Texans got their quarterback and the Jets did not?
Yeah, I think I'll lean towards the latter. Because schematically, defensively, they're both the same. They're gonna run basically the same type of stuff. There'll be some wrinkles, but they're gonna run the same type of stuff. So you gotta remember, DeMeco came up under Saleh, that's truly his protege. That mentee mentor type stuff. So it's basically the same defense. I think the biggest difference for them is because they're both energy guys. I think I think it's easier for DeMeco to connect with players because he's not that far removed from having played, right? So I think it's easier for him to command the room because again, he's not asking guys to do stuff that he's never done, right? He could pull up his resume and be like, "Oh, I was a defensive rookie of the year. I was second team All Pro my second year. I think one year he might have led the league in tackles or was top 5 in tackles. He was with the Texans when they were going through their rebuild stage, and then he was there when they were starting to make the playoffs, having some success before he went to Philly. So I think that would be the biggest difference is it's easy for him to command the room, but I still think the biggest difference is the Jets missed on Zach, they hit on CJ. I think that's because there's too many things that are similar, right? There's so much that's basically not the same, but again, number 2 overall pick. The right tackles are, to start the year at least, was George Fant. Sheldon was on both teams. The offensive coordinator was the pass game coordinator for the New York was 4 for the San Francisco 49ers. Both of them had to use the number 3 overall pick on a defensive lineman from Alabama. Both drafted a corner in the top 4. Both used a second round pick on a wide receiver out of the SEC, Elijah John Mechie. Obviously, Nico been able to pop. They had Tank, but Tank and Elijah, there's a lot of similarities in their games stylistically. With that, Tank was able to get the ball from CJ because one, they had a really good friendship and a good bond, so it's easier for them to work together. But I would say even I was talking to somebody the other day, they both had a 4th round pick running back that popped year one. Both had I think Damian had 1,100 yards from scrimmage. Michael Carter had, I think, 900 and something from scrimmage, but basically around the same in terms of, and they both ended up on IR to end the season. And then the next year, they both were very ineffective the following year. So there's a lot of similarities across the board on both sides. Yeah. But again, back to the main point. One hit on the quarterback, the other did not. Right.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it's pretty much, it lines up. It's like it's parallel, but the only thing is the quarterback position.
Yeah, basically, they hit on their quarterback, and the other guy, the Jets didn't. Sadly, I mean, unfortunately, and to be fair to them, it's not like they could have drafted somebody else that would have worked. I guess the only guy outside of Trevor that's had even a remote a little bit of success for a whole season was Mac Jones' rookie year. But again, nobody was expecting him. No team would have taken him number 2 overall. So you can't even blame the Jets for taking Zach, because again, Fields is on his way out of Chicago. Lance was already done in San Fran, and then Zach is obviously done in New York, and then Mac just got benched. And there's no other quarterback in the 2nd round, no other quarterback in the 3rd. I mean, you got David Mills from the 3rd round, but he got benched the 2nd year, so there was literally no other guy that they could have drafted instead. So I can give them the benefit of the doubt on that, but sadly, I think. The difference, I think the biggest difference between Zach and CJ, because they both have similar talent. I think the biggest difference is people gravitate towards CJ. People then don't necessarily naturally gravitate towards Zach, right? So I think that's the biggest difference with that. Is that, and obviously CJ seems to feel very well, where Zach kind of struggled there. But I do think if Zach was more endearing and was able to was better at galvanizing people together, they, I think, especially last year, they could have found a way to get past all the offensive issues that they were dealing with. Because Mike LaFleur is a very clever offensive mind, just like Bobby Slowick is. These guys know what they're doing in terms of designing plays. So, again, I think that's the biggest difference is one team hit on the quarterback, the other team didn't.
Yeah, very true. I mean, is Davis Mills still on the Texans or?
He's still there. Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah. No.
See, the thing is, a lot of people. All right, just because Joe Douglas missed on that quarterback, a lot of people want him out. But at the same time, it'll be the repetition of the whole Gase and Douglas thing, where they end up firing the coach and then they have a GM to get another head coach.
So if you get rid of Joe, you better off getting rid of both, right?
Which makes sense,
right? Because you don't want the new GM to inherit Saleh, because that's not his guy. You got 2 guys.
But it seems like Zach Wilson. It seems like Saleh never wanted Zach Wilson to begin with.
Nah, that's BS. He was on board with getting Saleh. He was on board with getting Zach. They were all on board on getting Zach. Don't let anybody put that out that they didn't want Zach. They all want the people at the top wanted Zach. Woody, Saleh, Joe D.
Woody for sure.
Rex, they all wanted Zach. Don't let nobody put out some false narrative that they did not want Zach. Now, people beneath them had their questions, for sure.
Right.
But the guys in charge of making the decisions, they wanted Zach. Come on. You feel me? They wanted him. They just ain't pan out. I mean, that's basically that. I can give them a pass because it was COVID. COVID was a weird year from an evaluation standpoint. Because if you look at the 1st round quarterbacks,
that's true.
If you look at the after pick, let's go after pick after the Mac Jones pick and look from that, or actually I take it back. After Slater, the tackle from the Chargers got picked. You look at the back half of the first round, it's a bunch of busts, a bunch of guys that missed. You look at the second round, there's a bunch of people that are either still in the league, superstars or quality starters, things of that nature. I would say the reason why I understand why people want Joe Douglas gone, not because they missed on Zach, because he built a shitty offensive. He built a shitty offense. Like he built a
offense
shitty,
in general.
Yeah, in general, like the O-line is not good. Tight end is fine. You got one tight end for real.
Yeah.
You got one running back. You got one wide receiver. Like, you feel me? Like I like Becton from a talent perspective. I like Elijah Ray Tucker, but Elijah can't stay healthy. Your guard and center they're just Jags. I don't know what you was doing at left tackle with Dwayne Brown. That situation. Like I don't even know why you gave Dwayne Brown a deal to make him come back. Because in reality, when Becton got hurt, you could have just slid Fant there and just went with Max Mitchell at right tackle and found some depth. I didn't understand the point of even signing Dwayne Brown because Dwayne Brown at that point was like 38, 39. Like he was done at that point, and he missed the majority of training camp. Like he was done. So like, there's a lot of things minus the quarterback that you can criticize Joe Douglas for, whether it's the poor building the O-line, the drafting of the skill players around the quarter. Like that's why when people like Zach got better from last year to this year. What he looks like now is I guess a summation of what it looks like when a not good quarterback is surrounded by a bunch of dreck. Right? Because all the injuries, only one wide receiver, you got a bad play caller, like it was bound to look like this. Even though Zach got better, he was bound to struggle because Joe Douglas built an absolute crap around the quarterback. And y'all know I'm not a Zach apologist. Like I always thought Zach was not that good. But I have to be fair. How many quarterbacks with only Garrett Wilson at receiver? Who undrafted guys? Because you got Brownie and you got Gibson getting legitimate snaps with Conklin, a beat up O-line, Brees and Dalvin like
scratched.
Who's going to like succeed in that scenario?
Yeah, maybe Aaron Rodgers,
Exactly, maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but see the thing with Elijah Vera Tucker, I feel like he got unlucky because he's supposed to be playing guard, but each time they move him to tackle, that's when he gets hurt.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, do you think it was him moving to a different position that like caused him to get hurt, or do you think like it might have been the turf?
No. But Denver? I mean, that's like luck. It's unlucky injuries that he's getting because it's not like a sprained calf or like
right. And the fact that both times he got hurt has been in Denver.
Denver, yeah.
The tricep and not he hurt his Achilles, right?
His
Achilles this year. We've had like 1 million torn Achilles this season.
Yeah. So it's
just I don't know.
It's bad. It's bad over there. I think where y'all messed up at was y'all gave the franchise to Aaron Rodgers and y'all let him run the ship. Like I think that's where y'all messed up at. Because y'all should have saw what happened in Denver where they gave the franchise to Russ, how that blew up in his face, their face, and same with like the Browns-ish kind of with like the Deshaun stuff, right? Like if anything, y'all should have did with what Tampa did because they didn't give the franchise to Tom Brady. Like he kind of had to earn it because y'all remember when he was begging for Antonio Brown to be on the team and Bruce Arians to push it back until Bruce was all right, fine. And then they got Antonio Brown on the team, whatever. But for the most part, like the guys he brought with him were like legitimate, like guys that can still make plays, right? AB, Gronk, Leonard Fournette, like he brought legitimate guys that still had a lot left in the tank. Man, Aaron Rodgers was bringing Lazard, Billy Turner, Randall Cobb, and Nathaniel
you got
he's average, not even below average players.
Yeah, man, bro.
You can't forget Hackett.
Man.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this whole quarterback drama thing with the Jets that's going on right now. So
for sure,
if you haven't been living under a rock for the past 24 hours or so, the report was dropped by Diana Rossini and Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic that the Jets want to go back to Zach Wilson supposedly, and because they saw the other two quarterbacks, realized they were even shittier. I think in a lot of ways, they knew already that the other two quarterbacks were shittier, and were trying to tell us as much for the past few weeks. When week in and week out, they solid defended Zach like at the podium after every game. I think he was trying to tell us that much, but then I think they're kind of just like, all right, like let's see, and then it played out the way it did. So then the report comes out that Zach Wilson would be reluctant to take the starting back job if he, if they asked him to start. And, it's ever since then, it's kind of turned into like a bunch of like he said, she said bullshit. What do you think happened here, DJ?
I believe it. I believe that Zach probably was telling people like, nah, they want to go back to me, like, bump that. Like that's pretty like predictable. Like we're talking about a guy that's had not everything given to him, but like he comes off as an entitled, rich kid from BYU. So I'm not surprised that from Utah at least. I'm not surprised that he, that I don't think that report is even false because nobody has like been like that never happened. Saleh ain't say that.
Yeah,
Aaron ain't even say Aaron was more like, oh.
Yeah.
Aaron, if anything, was more like, hey, this shouldn't be leaking, right? But he never denied that was even said. And the fact that Zach was even telling people that, he wouldn't want to go back in for injury reason, like, come on, bro. Like, because if that gets out, like, his career is done. Like, if he doesn't, then it explains why Saleh hasn't even named him the starter. Like, because he even said, like, in the press conference, he said, Zach actually put a ball on, and he said, I appreciate that, but I'm not there yet, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's over for him now. Like, it's over. I texted a couple of guys across the league that are in front offices across the league, one in AFC, one in NFC, and they're both just like, what the F? You feel me? Like,
this is like your last chance to. This is like your last chance to put up tape in the NFL, potentially.
Right.
But do you think that given that Tim Boyle was cut today, led to a lot of speculation that Tim Boyle might have been the one who leaked that information?
I would lean towards no, right? Because again, it's Diana. Diana, she didn't really cover the Packers that much. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't envision Tim leaking that. Mainly because quarterbacks are very protective of each other, like very protective of each other, and they're very careful when they deal with the media, in every aspect. So I can't believe that it'd be Tim. Tim would be that dumb to do that, right? You're throwing, like I would be, I don't think it was Tim Boyle.
I mean, you see with Aaron Rodgers defending Zach Wilson all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You see that all the time. You know what I mean? Like quarterbacks, they have a kind of like a fraternity within themselves of like, they're always gonna look out for each other, things like that. So I don't think it was Tim Boyle. I can see him being brought back on the practice squad, but I don't think
they signed what's his name, Brett Rippon.
Yeah, but it's time to the active roster. That's the difference. It's time to the active roster.
Yeah, they posted him from Seattle's practice.
Yeah, so he might start this week. So
I couldn't see them starting Rippon or this week after telling us week in and week out that Nathaniel Hackett's offense was too nuanced to like bring in another starting quarterback or give another starting.
But he played in it before.
Yeah, he played in it last year. He started for them against y'all.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did start
last year.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's a possibility. Still, I don't know. I feel like they'd go with Simeon just because like he played more recently, but who knows? Definitely will be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. But a lot of people like on Twitter were thinking that Boyle leaked it. I saw like, and then when Rodgers went on McAfee today, like and like Boyle was, one of his dudes or whatever. And like, he didn't even, he kept saying, we got to get to the bottom of this and stop these leaks from coming, and called the chicken shit. And, he didn't even like, bring up, Tim Boyle getting cut, like wasn't even brought up, or he wasn't even mentioned by name. So I think that made some people wonder if maybe Rodgers is pissed at him now, if it was him. But you know, you do have a point that, you know, quarterbacks are generally, you know, they stick together and are very very like protective of each other.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, I don't know why, like I ain't gonna lie, this probably had to be like one of the worst seasons as a fan for y'all ever. Like
yeah, with the expectations that came into it, Justin and I were at the opening game. We were there when Rodgers tore his Achilles. That was just
set my ass right down.
Just brutal.
I think the worst part about the whole Rodgers thing is the attention seeking that he is sought out since being hurt. Like, how often have we heard from a player this much after they get hurt and they're possibly quote unquote done for the year? Like,
yeah, usually they just disappear.
We hear about this man every single week.
Day.
Yeah, like we haven't heard a peep from J.K. Dobbins over the last 3 months.
Right. We haven't heard from J.K. Dobbins. We haven't heard from Kirk Cousins. We haven't heard from Deshaun Watson. We haven't heard from Anthony Richardson. Like, there's so many guys we have not. We barely heard from Lamar when he had an injury that we wasn't even season ending last year.
He was hurt.
Yeah, and he had to speak. He was so quiet. He had to speak up and be like, "Oh, nah, this is what's going on."
Yeah,
I'm just like I just don't like how Aaron's moved at times. Like him saying like it's been a shit show today. Like, what you doing, bro? Like, why are you, dumping on your own team? Because you know what I'm saying. Like if you feel that way, cool. But like, don't go on TV and say that publicly. That you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
about the organization that you're like a part of. Like if Robert Saleh came out in a press conference and was like, "Yeah, this season's been shit," like I'm sure he'd probably get fired or. Or he'd definitely get he'd definitely get some shit for that. But yeah, maybe Rodgers is just conducting a social experiment to see how much power he has and how like above everyone else he is in this hierarchy that is the Jets organization. But I think that cutting Boyle today was like a good thing in the sense that I feel like it may be like the first, like the beginning of starting to send Aaron Rodgers the message that like, hey, you're not going to call the shots here because like all the baggage you brought along with you this year has just not worked out, and it's worked out in the worst possible way. And, we're, you're not going to be the one making the final decisions here anymore.
Yeah. I think me personally, if I was on the Jets, I'll blow that whole thing up, or at least I'll blow the whole thing up. I'll get rid of everybody.
Just be like, everybody. Listen, Aaron, everyone's got to go. You can stay or you can go.
Or I would keep everybody and draft somebody in the first, draft a quarterback in the first round. Okay, Aaron's not the future. Next year that is it. And to be honest, I mean, y'all not winning the Super Bowl. I know y'all not winning the Super Bowl. You feel me? Like what the way it looks like right now, how are y'all gonna add the pieces to make y'all Super Bowl contender?
Yeah, we're not an Aaron Rodgers away from being a Super Bowl team. Maybe a playoff team, and maybe we win a game or two in the playoffs. But we are not an Aaron Rodgers away from the Super Bowl team. We need
that's only barring injuries. But our O-line's going to get injured next year again.
Most likely. Joe Douglas will probably do nothing to properly prepare for it.
Right.
I wouldn't mind a quarterback in the first round, honestly.
Yeah,
he can learn under Aaron.
But what with Aaron, you need to pass this O-line up again.
Yeah,
they might shoot. I'd be surprised if they draft one.
We need at least one.
Yeah,
one what quarterback?
O-lineman.
O-lineman. Yeah, y'all need to draft a quarterback. I think if y'all think it's in the top 7 right now, 6, y'all have to draft
6. Yeah. I mean, there's only 2 options right now. Yes. The Penn State dude and then Joe Alt.
Y'all have to draft the quarterback. Like, y'all have to. Like, there's no reason to not draft a quarterback. Especially
we don't know which quarterback we could get. Penix might be the only one.
I would say maybe Jaden Daniels. I like Jaden Daniels a lot.
Jaden Daniels too. Yeah, I like Jaden.
He cold. Daniels. Yeah, he cold. So that's maybe one guy you can you gotta at least throw a dart because you bring Aaron Rodgers back in some pieces, maybe y'all make the playoffs. I would assume y'all would make the playoffs because you also have to think about this. The Patriots, the way it's trending, they're gonna be drafting high enough to get a quarterback themselves. The Buffalo Bills got Josh. The Dolphins got Tua. the Patriots get a quarterback and you run it back with Aaron, don't get a quarterback in the future, what you gonna do after you retire?
We're gonna be screwed.
Shoot, we draft a quarterback, he probably retire anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie. If I go to the Orange Me and I see Salah, I'm gonna tell him like, bro, y'all have to draft a quarterback. Like, y'all cannot not draft a quarterback. Like, if you want to stay a head coach for the duration of your for beyond 2025, you're gonna need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need a quarterback in the future. Like,
if he's still employed, I mean, shit. It's because I mean, I feel like, you know, or the general feeling is that once Rodgers went down, that, you know, pretty much everyone got a mulligan, and it certainly seems like the coaching staff and front office are operating as such. But I mean, if they keep stacking up these L's and they finish 4-13 again, or, you know, 5-12, if they, you know, win a meaningless game against the Patriots like we're all expecting them to in week 18, like, I don't know how you can really justify like bringing anyone back at that point.
Yeah,
it's been such an organizational failure, like across the board. And I mean, not for nothing, but even before like the whole thing came out that Aaron Rodgers was like a possibility for the Jets, like many were operating under the assumption that, you know, going into this year that there was going to be a playoff mandate for the regime, and that would have been regardless of who the quarterback would have been.
Right, that's a good point. That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. So, yeah, I think, you know, obviously you got hurt. That kind of gave everybody a little mulligan, but they're gonna have to like look drastically better down the stretch. Remember, Joe Judge got fired after his second year, and remember, like they started a little rough and they started looking better. And the first year, and then the second year, it was bad. And like the fans kind of revolted because you know, it was just
they were going to fire him, and then like the L's just kept stacking up, and I think he like had that press conference where he's like, "Oh, my players love me. They like text me and beg me to like, you know, they beg me to sign them and all this and that and the third." Then he like got fired and he like threw a big party at his house or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, things can change, and you know, especially in like the New York market, like bullying works.
Yeah. It's funny. Like when I talk to when I'm in the locker room, it's when they're where George Fant sits. There's a player a couple seats down named Graylin Arnold who I think he started his career in Philly. So when one of the other beat guys came over one time, we were talking about just media coverage. Fant's been in Houston, he's been in New York, and obviously he was in Seattle, and we were just talking about the vast differences. And Fant and Graylin, we all agreed like the New York media, Philly media, those two markets, fan-wise, media-wise, they can run people out of town, and like they can legitimately run guys out of town. And if Salah doesn't turn the face, you know, stop it from looking like a circus.
Yeah,
I want Hackett ran out of town before Salah.
Yeah, no, me too. I mean, I would prefer Hackett gone before Salah, but still, like, like he hired Hackett.
Yeah, but with the reason behind Hackett being there is why. The reason we got the quarterback we got.
Good Aaron.
Yeah. So
I saw this video. I saw this video on Twitter, and it was D'Amico Ryans. I don't know if you were at that presser.
Yeah, I was there.
Where he said he learned how to be a coach under Salah.
Yeah, yep. Like
that was
I think
today?
No, that was yesterday. D'Amico gives a lot of credit to Salah for where he is in his career right now. Like a lot. So
because he was the linebackers coach.
Yep. So he started off as a QC because Salah. Because you gotta remember, Salah was in Houston as a QC when D'Amico was a linebacker coach.
Linebacker, yeah.
Yep. So obviously, I'm guessing, you know, they must have had some connection, carried it through, and here they are now. If the team was better, I probably would have tried to write a feature on that, you know, for this game, mentor, mentee, whatever. But since, you know, we're gonna be watching Brett or Zach Wilson 4-8, you know, Yeah, 4-8 team. Like ain't nobody caring about that no more.
I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, hopefully it makes your job a little easier this week.
Yeah.
Right.
I do think that the Jets and Texans play next year. 'Cause I think the Texans play the AFC East next year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I think that game will probably be at MetLife too, because I think when the Jets played the Texans a few years ago, it was in Houston, and that was like their scheduled AFC South meeting, and this is just like the.
Is this one in? Is this at Houston or in
This
New
is in
Jersey?
MetLife.
Nah, it's in LA.
It's in LA.
Yep.
I'd go watch CJ.
Yeah, that I would say to anyone. Yeah, I would say pretty much to anyone that's going to the game. You know, the only positive is like I'm sure it'll be a treat to watch CJ Stroud play in person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
What would you say are like the Texans' like weaknesses right now? Like, I don't think the Jets are going to win this game. I don't really want them to win this game. I think we're fully aboard the tank at this point. But you know, like say if you were Robert Saleh or part of the the offensive staff, and you know you're thinking like how to attack this Texans team. Like, what are some weaknesses or some ways that you think that they could be beat?
Last week against the Broncos, they had some legitimate miscommunication issues on the back end. So I would say like that, being able to attack some of the miscommunication issues that were popping up on film, for whatever reason. Trying to throw it deep on early downs. Don't get into third and longs, obviously. But I would say if you can attack on first and second downs, down the field, there are some windows to attack. I would say that's probably one of their interesting weaknesses. They can't run the ball right now. That's another issue. They can't run the ball effectively, consistently.
Us either.
So
for different reasons.
Well, we can't throw the ball either.
Yeah.
Can't do much of anything.
Yeah, man. So I think you guys, that's what I was saying. Weakness-wise, they can't really run the ball effectively, and there have been some issues on the back end from a communication standpoint. Obviously, no Tank Dell, so you guys can obviously key in a little bit more on Nico Collins. Yeah, that's all I got in terms of like what legitimately the Jets could like attack. Because CJ protects the ball very well.
Yes, he does.
So it's gonna be hard to really force him into turnovers unless you sack him. He's a little loose with the ball if you sack him. He got fumbled. He's fumbled a decent amount of times. He's just been able to fall on it. We've been lucky in that regard, but yeah.
That sucks about Tank Dell, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yo, I saw your rant on Tank Dell too. That was funny.
Yeah, man. It's so funny, man. People forget like it's still a very violent game. Like it's a very violent game, and there's nothing you can do to really make it less.
Like 320-pound dudes.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, and I think it's just people wanted somebody else to get hurt. People didn't want it to be Tank.
Yeah,
I think that's all it is.
Yeah. It's coping. It's a lot of coping.
Yeah.
So Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner. Now, I'm not going to ask you to say like which one's better, but what do you think?
I can tell you right now. I'll take Stingley going forward. Yeah, I'll say that right now. Yeah,
and
I think both are great though. But I think
that's fair.
I think Sauce is great right now. I think Stingley's ascending to be great. I think Sauce right now is better, but I think long term I'd rather take Stingley.
You think Stingley has a higher ceiling?
Yes, easily, because he takes the ball away. Sauce.
That's just he does. Sauce does.
What would you say are like? But what I was going to ask is like, what would you say are like some similarities and some differences in their games, like individually?
I think they're actually vastly different. Sauce is way more physical at the line of scrimmage. Right, like Sauce is more handsy, which is fine. Yeah. He wants to, he's a lot more handsy in that regard. To where, and he's not necessarily trying to go for the pick. Things a little more twitchy at the line of scrimmage. Sauce is just as twitchy, obviously. Sauce is really good since he's so physical, he can stay on your hip easier. Stingley sometimes can lose, not track of a guy, that's not the correct word, but like, you can get by, right. You can get by him a little bit easier than Sauce. The Sauce is going to be so much more physical. Stingley's not really trying to get into like a physical wrestling match. Stingley's better at baiting quarterbacks into interceptions. I think Stingley's a better athlete. I think he's a better athlete. I think that's why he likes to bait a little bit.
He was always the better prospect coming out of college.
Depends who you ask. Some people would probably
I
lean
think
towards.
so.
Yeah, it just depends who you asked. Because some people were still holding on to 2019 with Stingley, and other people holding on to 2021 with Sauce. You had to worry about the injury, so it really just depended on like what you're willing to overlook, right? With Sauce, were you willing to overlook that he doesn't intercept the ball, and overlook that he played at Cincinnati, or with Stingley, were you able to overlook that? Okay, his best years was when he was 18. 2020 he was fine, wasn't great. 2021 he got hurt, so we wouldn't overlook the injuries. Versus Sauce, we were to overlook that he played at Cincinnati and he was in the ball hawk. Both were still really good prospects, were great prospects coming out in my eyes. So I would say
he let him no touchdowns.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, Sauce let him no touchdowns. So I would say, you feel me? I was leaning towards that. Obviously, Sauce is a better player right now, but I think Stingley's trending towards being a better player long term because he could take the ball away. Because again, like if y'all, sadly y'all not sending out Tim Boyle, but if y'all would have sent out Tim Boyle, he probably caught another pick, and he'd been at 5 for the year.
They cut him. They cut him today.
They cut him today though. So we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Jets try to attack the Texans defense because obviously it's just Garrett Wilson or bust when it comes to like the passing game. Garrett Wilson or bust / Conklin. So
there were even times where Boyle was like looking to Conklin before he was looking at Garrett in the game against the Falcons, which I think ultimately it was part of what led to him getting benched.
Yeah.
And just his like inability, because Garrett was running open like that whole game.
Plays. Yeah,
right.
He was
right. Garrett should have been a little bit more of a diva. He would got the ball.
Yeah.
You feel me? So.
Yeah, Jude wouldn't have liked that though.
No way. The dog Jude would not have liked that. He would not like that. No. Jude still. I'm in a group chat with Jude. Jude still wants. He was like, man, we should have just got Derek Carr. We got Derek Carr. He said,
"Oh God."
He said verbatim, if we got Derek Carr, he could have stunk in peace. Brother, I don't know what market. He can't even stink in peace in New Orleans.
Yeah, he's hardly doing that where he is now.
No. Like he can't even stink in peace in New Orleans. Like people in New Orleans want that man gone. So like in New York, if he been playing like that, man, that brother would have been. Oh my God,
worse.
he'd have been in Siberia by now.
For real.
So that's bad.
Yeah. You guys have any? You guys got anything? Other questions or anything for DJ?
Shit,
I couldn't even rack my mind, man.
Yo, can you beat Tank Dell in a 40?
No, me? Me? Hey, no. Hell no.
Is there
right now you could.
No, right now I can't. No.
Is there any?
Well, right
any,
now, yeah, you're right.
any professional athlete, not excluding linemen, that you could beat in a 40?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe some quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'll be Aaron Rodgers in a 40.
Shoot up.
I'll be Aaron Rodgers in a 40. Yeah, boy, I'll slide on Aaron. Get up out of there, you feel me? I might be able to beat CJ, no cap. I might be able to beat CJ in a race. If I train a little bit more, I might be able to beat CJ in a race.
He don't look that fast.
Yeah, he doesn't look too fast.
Nah. He got Joe Burrow speed, like where they both are mobile enough to where they can create, but you ain't running no read options with them.
Nah.
No.
Unless it's like like you're trying to element of surprise. You go empty quarterback draw, or like they're gonna be crashing hard on this, and you just pull it. Like that's about it. But you're not really incorporating this quarterback runs with those two guys. But they're plenty athletic though. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that.
Sure.
You got a what's your final score prediction for this Sunday?
I'll probably go like 17-9.
17.
Texans, Texans, they're not
Shoot.
going.
That's
not gonna-
generous.
Yeah, they're not gonna move the ball like that consistently. They've been slowing down the past few weeks because they had that explosion against the Bucks and then the Bengals. But they haven't continued that because the last 3 games have come down to the wire, and they've only scored 20. They go 21, 22, and 21.
When they won 27-22 against Denver.
You know what?
No, Denver was 22-17.
That's what it was. Yeah,
Jackson was 24-21.
You think CJ Stroud's injury is going to affect him?
He's not injured.
He didn't get hurt. I saw him come out of the game, but he came back in.
Oh yeah. They were just making sure that man wasn't concussed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then he good then.
Yeah, that was it.
He'd probably beat us with a concussion. Shit.
For real.
I mean, him concussed would probably be a great thing for our offense. Like, Hackett calls the play, like, oh, I forget what he said. Just let me just do my thing.
That's a good one. I give you that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, man.
Well,
if you had to choose the Jets OC, who would you choose?
I just rehired Mike LaFleur.
Yeah,
I just rehired Mike LaFleur, get that man a big raise. Hey man, we didn't realize what we lost.
My bad.
My bad. Come on back, baby.
Yeah, I mean, really, I think I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but it seems like the whole firing Mike LaFleur was like a Woody Johnson call. It seemed like Robert Saleh didn't want to fire LaFleur. Like that's like his buddy or his buddy's brother. And, the timing of it was a little weird because it was like a couple weeks after the season. It seemed like Woody was pissed and like wanted some sort of change or like someone to answer for like the way last year ended. And, it couldn't be Zach because, well, I mean, obviously they admitted they made a mistake with Zach, but, I feel like they felt like they had to fire someone or do something more. And I think Woody was just like stubborn and like, oh, fire the offensive coordinator. That always makes the fans happy.
Yep, I think I agree there. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was. I think he was a scapegoat for sure.
Yeah,
he wouldn't come back though. That I know.
I mean, really everyone in the Jets organization is more or less a scapegoat for Woody because he's been the one constant through this whole mess.
Yeah. It's just insane how like it don't matter what the regime does, it's always going to be a circus and some. But I do think that y'all are. I think it's. Let's say like y'all were to clean house right now, like it wouldn't be too far off from like y'all wouldn't be too far off from like it wouldn't be like when you had to start
doing what a normal team would do in this situation.
Yeah. So, but y'all won't be that far off. I think. Well, I mean, far off. I'm talking about from being competent, being a potential playoff team. Obviously, like I never thought y'all were a Super Bowl team, mainly because of the O-line issues that I thought even before the injuries. So
yeah.
I mean, cool. So that was kind of that, So unfortunately,
one thing you get solid credit for is like upgrading his defense and coaching them up.
He's a head coach.
That's only one side.
He's a head coach. He's not a DC.
He's a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
He's responsible for all aspects of the game.
All 3 phases.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, DJ, you got anything you want to plug or anything you got cooking up over at ESPN Houston you'd like to let the people in New York know about?
I might have like a Stingley story with a sprinkle of sauce in it. So
okay.
Yeah, that'll be that. It'll be a sprinkle though. It won't be nice. It won't be like directly comparing them.
A little dab of sauce.
Yeah, a little dab.
There you go.
But it won't be a direct comparison. It won't be a direct comparison. Nah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because they're 2 different players.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. We know you probably have to get going to go do that. So but we do appreciate your time and coming on. And when the Jets play the Texans next year, we hope to have you back.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I'll be. All Mo gotta do is DM me, and then I got him.
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, DJ, and I guess we will continue on our fuck shit on this side.
For sure. Appreciate y'all having me.
No problem,
All
man.
right, Joe.
Peace.
Take care.
Yeah, that was DJ Bien-Aime. Always good to have him on the show. So should we where do we go from here? Should we I think it's that time of year where we have to start thinking about the off season.
Oh man, you want to do a mock draft?
Fuck it, why not? I was actually doing one at work.
What position do we have right now?
Really? Shit.
We are
got
currently
the 6th spot.
the 6th pick.
So I mean, like, it makes sense to take a tackle, and it's either
That's
Joe
it.
or Olu Fashanu.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on our final spot and what quarterback. I don't know
I mean,
any of
like,
the quarterbacks
'cause-
that became
I
the
don't know,
ability.
because apparently Becton was playing the last game, right?
Yeah, back then
Yeah.
I believe he
Yeah,
played.
he was in there. Damn, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
think
because like we need a right tackle. That's what we really need. I think. Well, we need both
Neil.
Becton and AVT can't be fucking
because
healthy.
AVT cannot play tackle. He needs to stick at guard because
Stay
every
guard.
time he plays tackle, he gets hurt.
Yeah, they
In
need
Denver.
to. They need to keep AVT on the inside, even though
Lord.
as TJ kind of alluded to, and I kind of think too. I don't really think it was a matter of like the position he was playing. I think it's a little bit of coincidence that both times he got hurt and suffered season-ending injuries, he was playing at tackle. But I don't think that's like.
I think MetLife has an issue to do with it too.
Well, both of those injuries were in Denver, and their turf is like just as bad, if not worse.
True.
So, I'm sure that had a lot to do with things. But yeah, I mean, I have been doing some mock drafts. I mean, really, the goal for the Jets, I think, is
I haven't done one yet, which is surprising because I'm the fucking mock draft
you're the
expert on this
Jets
fucking podcast.
Yeah, you are the draft. You are our draft.
College king.
our in-house draft analysis for what it's worth.
Yeah. But I think my hope is that we keep stacking up these L's, and maybe we like the
at this point, fuck it.
Yeah, I
Might
mean
as well.
the 3rd or 4th pick is really not like unattainable at this point. I'd say, I mean, really that game between the Jets and Patriots is like probably like one of those teams is going to end up with a top 2 pick.
You know what? I lied. I think I did do a mock draft. I did one, and this was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, what website do you use to do mock drafts these days? Because I think like
I
Pro
use
Football Network.
PFF.
Are you able to do? Oh yeah, do you pay for it that you could do 7 rounds?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I haven't used it. I
Yeah,
haven't used it in
'cause,
like a month.
I've been using Pro Football Network because it's like the only one that you could do all
Mhm.
7 rounds without paying.
Yeah,
Their rankings,
and there's
rankings are a
the
little
draft
sus.
network one too, but yeah, the PFF one, I think you can only do like 2 rounds or something
Yeah, it's
like
like
that.
2 or 3, which is
Yeah.
bullshit. They have
Yeah,
to.
I was thinking about getting the PFF again, but I don't know. I'll wait till like next year or something.
Yeah, until it's like really draft season, like combine
Mhm.
time. But yeah, I mean, if you get to like pick 3 and assuming the first 2 picks are quarterbacks, at that point, like, what do you do? Like, do you take?
Man,
do you take the best QB?
if it was me, I'm taking Michael Penix.
Me too. I'm a
Jaden
fan.
Daniels, one of the two. I like both of them.
Yeah, I like both of them a lot too. I actually think, I actually think that Penix is like the best quarterback in this draft. I think he's better than.
I think he might win the Heisman. I think he's better
well,
than
Jaden
Drake
Daniels
for
is going to win
sure.
the Heisman. He's like the runaway favorite for it.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like minus 1,200 to win it. And then I think
Mm.
Penix is like second, and he's like plus like 800.
Well, either one of them, I'll take him.
Yeah, I mean Marvin Harrison Jr. would definitely be in play there.
Oh shit! Imagine Garrett Wilson and Marvin Harrison.
You know, I think if you're trying to, you know, if you're trying to like go, if your approach is like, all right, like let's go all in on this year with Aaron Rodgers, which would probably be a mistake.
Yeah. But
You know, I think
wait,
I
go.
think the move would
I didn't
be
mean to cut you off.
either. I think no, you're good. I think the move would either be best tackle available, whether that's Joe Alt or the Penn State guy whose name I don't know how to pronounce yet.
Olu Fashanu.
Yeah, him. You know, one of them would be the move, or
This Mo nigga.
I
Oh,
think,
my bad. I forgot I can't say that shit.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
You're good.
Tennessee Samoan.
No.
Oh,
He's
why?
African.
Oh shit, motherfuckers coming up from Africa. All right.
Olu Fashanu, I think he's Nigerian.
Oh yeah. No, I can see that.
I'm very intrigued by the idea of trading
But
back.
that's his nickname. It's not Olu. It's like longer.
Oh, his real name.
Okay. Yeah, they're definitely Nigerian. Shit, it's probably like Olu blah 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 blah. Shit.
We'll hold you to it when the Jets draft him. I am kind of intrigued by the idea of trading back in the draft because we don't have a second round pick.
Yeah, we don't. I wouldn't mind.
Like
I wouldn't mind it.
A good way to get a second round.
We can get a receiver in the first round, and then like or a tackle late in the first round, and then like a receiver.
Yeah.
How far do you think Harrison will drop?
We're probably going to get Bakhtiari. I feel like Rodgers is going to recruit him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably shit. I mean, the way things are going in Green Bay, he might just stay there now because, like,
they're
looking good.
Yeah, because I mean, is he playing?
I thought he was. I thought he was.
I don't even know. I haven't. I watched him a little bit, but I wasn't paying attention to the O-line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't paying. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't paying super close attention. He apparently he says according to this article, he's saying that he play and that he intends to stay with the Packers. So.
Fair. Well, that's out the window.
All right.
I do have a right guard or a right tackle prospect, and he falls into like the third and fourth round. He plays on Michigan. It's Zach Zinter, but this dude got hurt, and I mean it's not like he's injury prone, but I mean he's a senior this year. And he's been pretty good because I've been watching a lot of Michigan games, and he's a big dude. He holds it down. That's one person I like. I've been looking at least like in the later rounds. Sack center. He's 22, 6'6". Yeah,
big dude.
He could definitely 322. He could definitely be a guard if they end up putting AVT at right tackle. Tippmann, I'm pretty sure is going to end up being the center. He played good at right guard too, but I think they're just going to move on from McGovern.
Tippmann might.
He might be our best offensive lineman right now.
I was gonna say Tippmann Tippmann might be like
at least like that's
saving
playing.
Joe Douglas's job at this point.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll be like ready, like the past few
'cause I
weeks.
mean,
It's like, all right, I'm ready to fire Joe Douglas because of how badly the season's gone and his reluctancy to bring in a backup quarterback
yeah,
and his failure to build an offensive
him
line, this, that, and the third. But then like
him
I'll
drafting
see like
him is like
then
hanging on a thread.
then I'll see and then like I'll see like Joe Tippmann's like PFF grades or that he gave up like 0 pressures or whatever, and then I'm like, do we really want to blow this up just yet?
So I
Yeah,
think he
see,
made.
I don't know if I'd want to blow it up yet because I mean it seems like it would be well, not a simple fix, but it seems like it could be fixed, or it could be like, I guess patched up. Even though I don't like using that word because it sounds like it's flimsy. With the offense, but I mean, like this off season needs to be focused on the offense because the defense, like it's like minor care that you really need to like safety maybe, and then like another linebacker.
Even safety, I would say. I mean, as far as safety, I would say well, Chuck Clark will be coming back.
That's true.
And
And they
Ashton
dropped
Davis has actually
he's
been
been playing good.
pretty serviceably good. I would say, like right now, I'd say like the weak link on the defense or the weak link as safety would be Jordan Whitehead. Because he's the one, like he was the one responsible for the touchdown on Sunday. That was like the only reason we really lost was because, well, I mean, it's not fair to say he's the only reason we lost. The reason we lost is because we can't score. But like if Jordan Whitehead doesn't give up that touchdown, we win that game like 8-6 or whatever.
Yeah,
It's fucking pathetic.
right.
Yeah,
Like all we needed was one touchdown, and we really can get one touchdown.
Yeah,
we could
the fuck?
the end zone.
Like you can give like Brees Hall like a wide screen pass.
Yeah,
like on the open side.
You don't get the genius of Hackett. All right.
Yeah, defense is probably just we're like keying in on Brees like wherever he is on the field.
Yeah,
Make that
they didn't give a
focus.
shit.
I don't know. I didn't get to watch the fucking game this weekend, unfortunately. But I didn't look like I could fucking miss much.
Yeah,
it's fucking
okay. And Bakhtiari, I've just found out. Not that it matters because he'll probably be back in the Packers, but he did get knee surgery like 2 months ago, and he is trying to come back next year. So yeah, he's not playing. But their O-line actually looks pretty good without him. Maybe the Packers decide they want to move on, and maybe the Packers decide, oh yeah, you want to go play with your buddy Aaron because we don't need you.
I doubt they would do it. I would love it. Just for some fucking depth. Why? Honestly, I feel like we're one of the only teams that need so much depth in O-line.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking retarded.
Yeah, and we had depth on our O-line in the past.
Yeah.
Like we like every year, Joe, like pretty much every year up until this year, Joe Douglas would like sign some like random people, to kind of like patch things up. Like he got, he brought in George Fan and Morgan Moses one year. Morgan Moses looking pretty good in Baltimore. So like every year it's like he would bring in like depth pieces to like make the offensive line like formidable, and then like
we could have kept both of them.
just stopped doing that. Yeah, like they both walked, and there was really no plan to build
the
up
whole
depth.
Dwayne Brown thing was like, what the fuck? You could have just kept George Fant.
Yeah.
And Morgan Moses.
Would have been a better move.
Both of those are like better options than Dwayne Brown. And what's really sad is that our offensive line is down so horrendously that like when Dwayne Brown like came back like the last week or whatever, it was like oh, like we actually kind of really need Dwayne Brown right now.
Yeah.
Sad state of affairs with the New York Jets. Yeah, so I wonder who leaked that. I wonder who leaked that story about Zach not wanting to play.
I don't know, but I don't doubt he said it.
Oh, I don't doubt it either. And I mean, no one denied it. Like Salah was like, I'm not saying it didn't happen. He very well could have had a conversation with someone, one of his teammates. I don't know what these people talk about, but like, he just told me he wants the ball. So like all I can say is what he told me. And even Rodgers didn't refute it. And like, like Diana Rossini and Zach Rosenblatt, they'd have no reason to make this up. Like Salah has a lot more reasons, like Salah and the Jets organization have a lot more reasons to lie in this situation than they do.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucker always lying.
Yeah, honestly,
he really is, and like it's crazy how
you're right about that.
It's crazy how much the Jets organization protects Zach everywhere but on the field.
That's when it's up to him.
Because I mean, like if he was, if he was reluctant to play, or if he actually like went to the coaches and said like, oh yeah, if you put me back in, like, nah, I'm not doing it, then at that point, like, you have to cut him. And the fact that they're even like like still standing up for him right now is like they're still protecting him. Like
the fact that
this would have been such an easy opportunity for them to just like cut their ties with him.
The fact that we could have gotten Broderick Jones, who's looking real decent on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well,
I haven't seen it. Jack Browning looked good.
Well, we could have really gotten him. It's not like he was there.
Sucks ass.
Well, it's not
who
like
does Browning? Browning doesn't suck ass.
Pickett.
Oh, Pickett.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Pickett.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying Browning on the Bengals.
No, Broderick Jones. I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched him play.
The left tackle,
so I can't say.
The left tackle on Pittsburgh. Like, he looks good, and we let the Patriots basically trade with the Steelers so that they can get him.
Yeah.
On top of that, we could have had Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Well, what is Will McDonald really doing? He can't even get on the field.
Yeah, I mean, and I like Will McDonald.
He has that potential, though.
Be a good player.
I do like Will McDonald. Like,
he's
a great rotational piece, and he's eventually going to be a starter. But
there were a lot of better ways that draft pick could have been used. They with Broderick Jones, like, I'm not going to really say, like, because I think that the Jets in that situation, they just kind of got cucked. Like the Patriots were picking in front of us originally, and they weren't going to trade that pick to us. Like, Bill Belichick literally just did that just to fuck us over. Like, because all he got was like the 17th pick and a 4th round pick from the Steelers. Like, he literally, all he cared about was fucking us over. But like, you could have drafted Zay Flowers there. You could have drafted JSN. Like, there would have been better ways to allocate that pick and have a better team now.
So picks 1 and 3, what would you go?
Picks 1 in like the first and third round.
Well, first and third round, yeah.
Of this year, I would draft a quarterback with the first round pick. It's something that I go back and forth on a lot but I would draft the quarterback.
Yeah.
And like Aaron, if you're Aaron Rodgers, like I'm sorry, but like you have to understand, like sometimes
no,
it's like
100%.
sometimes
No,
it's just like yeah, we get
Yeah,
it.
but
Why
he
you were pissed.
doesn't. He doesn't understand.
No. There's no way he does it now. Like
If he
he
doesn't
had
understand,
the injury. It's no
then
fucking way.
that's fully on him at that point. Like with like we get it. Like I get why you were pissed off when the Packers drafted Jordan Love, even though like that made a whole lot of sense too. But like you were still playing at like an MVP level at that time. I mean,
Yeah.
and he's not that far removed from it. And even if Aaron Rodgers is like 75 or 80% of what he once was, he's still going to be very good.
Yeah.
We hope, but like you're 40 years old now. Like we're going to have you for 1, maybe 2 years. Like we have to prepare for life after you, especially because we probably are not going to win a Super Bowl in this 1 to 2 year window that we may have, because there's just so many holes to patch up that you really can't fix in one off season. So like, yeah, I would go quarterback, because I think
So
passing,
off season, what do you do? Or during the
like,
free agency, what do you do?
Well, are there O linemen going to be free?
Shit. Let me pull up Spot Track real quick.
That'd be my first move immediately.
Yeah, well, first move was going to be sign a real backup quarterback, like get Ryan Tannehill here on like a cheap deal.
Okay, so you got Jason Kelce, Tyrone Smith, Andrews Pete, Dwayne Brown, Kevin Zeitler, who I like.
I like Zeitler.
That's a guard that could probably fill in for at least
Kelsey's a center, right?
Right guard. Yeah, Kelsey's a center.
I guess you could bring in Kelsey and then move Tittman to guard, and then like
he's going to the Chiefs. He's going to the Chiefs.
Yeah. There's no way he's going to stay with the Eagles.
Creed Humphrey is not moving anywhere.
Yeah, he's probably going to stay.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say, I mean, in theory, if you brought in Kelsey, let him play center, and then you have Tittman on one side and then ABC on the other side, that would be like one of the best interior O lines in the league.
Tittman at right guard, AVT at left guard.
Yeah, and then tell
Aikman at left tackle.
Well, I don't think
Jonah Williams is a free agent, and I don't know if they're going to sign him. And he's actually been doing decent. I don't know why they don't want to sign him. He's only 26.
I don't think Becton's going to be back with the Jets. Unless they,
I don't know, because he's been doing good.
Yeah, he's been doing good, but I just don't really see it. Like, I don't know if I see them. Like, they're not going to tag him because that's just going to be such an enormous cap hit. So I don't really see them tagging him, and I don't really see them making the long-term commitment to him either. Maybe they bring him back on a 1-year prove-it deal, but like I kind of get the vibe that he'll go somewhere else.
If they figure out like his injury and how to deal with it, then I can see them like signing him for maybe like a 2-year deal or something like that. But if he keeps getting hurt, I don't see it happening. Like this season and next.
Yeah, and
I feel like I think after next season they'll end up cutting him if he keeps getting hurt.
That I wouldn't deny, and I'd be all for it. You can't be getting hurt every season.
Because literally last 3 seasons, including this season, like he's got hurt, but it's only been a week or 2.
Yeah, nothing serious.
It was nothing serious, but at the same time, like, okay, how much is this going to happen every year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did a quick
3-round
mock draft.
And I also don't know how much. him and the coaches really get along or really. I don't know.
Well, Aaron Rodgers loves him apparently.
Aaron Rodgers does love him, and that might be like his one saving grace, or
Yeah.
like that might be the one thing that might be the thing that keeps him here another year. Maybe Aaron Rodgers and Mekhi Becton become like a package deal. if I'm like
Possible.
Woody Johnson or Joe Douglas or whoever ends up being the GM or whoever. I'm going to Aaron. I'm bringing Aaron Rodgers into my office and I'm telling him, all right, like you can only keep one, either Becton or Hackett, and I'm just going to make the decision for you. It's Becton. Your boy Hackett's gone. We'll give him a ticket sales rep job or something if you really want him to stay in the organization. He's not going to be involved with the offense anymore. Like
he wasn't a quarterback coach.
He wasn't calling plays when you won those 2 MVPs anyway. That's probably what's most likely going to happen. He'll probably get demoted, or like he'll keep his OC title, but they'll give play calling duties to somebody else.
They should have done that already.
Yeah, I think I think at this point, I think that they should probably try to change the play caller, considering that you've changed your quarterback 3 times and that hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Not that changing the play caller is going to do anything, but I feel like you have to do it just to see if you have anything else there. But then, also I thought Hackett actually called a decent game against the Falcons. I mean, receivers were getting open.
Mm-hmm.
Or not receivers, but Garrett Wilson was getting
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
Xavier Gibson had a pretty good game for what that's worth.
Yeah, so the stats there. That's good. Maybe next season he.
He did. He did have a good catch.
Yeah, I have him in my. I have him in a dynasty fantasy league, like PPR. He put up like 13 points.
Man, nice. Maybe next season he turns into one of our topper receivers.
What the fuck? Okay, so I'm doing the PFN mock draft thing, and the first pick that the Bears made was Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid.
I swear to God. Look at this.
Kool-Aid.
They do whatever the fuck they want with those mocks.
Over Caleb Williams, really? Dude,
yeah,
they take the corner. Was he from Alabama? I think he is from Alabama. This motherfucker's name is really Kool-Aid.
That's wild.
That's insane.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That might be the blackest shit I've ever seen in my life.
That definitely is.
Sauce are going to do some sort of a collab.
I think it's a nickname, though. I think it's a nickname.
Yeah, just like Sauce is a nickname. I'm sure they'll do they'll have some sort of a they'll have some sort of like a marketing campaign together or like do a commercial.
Sauce and Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So I took Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Can't be mad at that. I mean, if you could reunite Garrett Wilson.
Dude, he's 6'4".
Yeah.
I was going to take him or Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze, I don't think it's
that's
hard,
the guy from did he go to
Washington?
From Washington? I would be
he's
I
like
would be,
Penix's best
he's going to
receiver.
go in the first round, right? Most likely.
Yeah, I think he'll go in the first round.
I was going to say if he was like a second or third round pick, like a day 2 pick, it would be really cool if we could get Penix and then reunite them too.
I mean, Penix hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, are you on PFN?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Penix going in like the second round.
42. That's where they have him at. Under Shadur Sanders, who's not even gonna come out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. According to these mocks, because I've been doing mocks on Pro Football Network, and I've been snagging Penix in the second round. I've been like trading back.
Shoot, he's still here in the third round.
Yeah.
Oh man. I like this tackle from Duke and Graham Barton. That's another name to look out for, Graham Barton. You'll see it a lot.
Graham Barton.
Yeah,
What's his deal?
he's a left tackle for Duke.
Left tackle for Duke.
But he's projected as like a guard. So, oh well, no, he could play guard. He could play both.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, if Joe Douglas is
Kind
the
of like
one
like
drafting,
AVT.
yeah, and I mean, if Joe Douglas is the one drafting, that pick would make sense since he seems to like, O lineman that can play multiple positions.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I feel like that hurts you at some point.
Yeah, because it's like you're getting jacks of all trades and masters of none. So like it's like,
yeah.
I mean, AVT's an all-pro guard, but like for the most part, people who are versatile are probably
he's a very good tackle,
and
but
an all-pro guard.
He's like an all-pro guard. So where would you rather have him play?
Yeah,
that's the debate.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'd rather have him at guard.
And it's sad that with the with all the injuries that we suffer, like I feel like the debate of where you'd rather have him comes down to like what allows you to put the best 5 offensive linemen on the field.
Right. And that's where the whole injury thing fucks everything up.
That's where he ends up. Yeah, and that's how he ends up playing tackle and getting hurt, I guess. But yeah, I mean, but like, yeah, I'd say like AVT's probably like a bit of a unicorn in that sense that he's like a jack of all trades and a master at guard. But like most of the time, people like that, they're going to be a jack of all trades and a master at none. So like if you keep drafting those people, it's like the best you could really do is have like an average O-line, which I mean, at this point, I would take it. We really can't complain. We really can't scoff or complain about having an average O-line
when you can still do work with an average O-line.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Bengals O-line is below average, and
that's why Burrow is out for the season.
Yeah, that is why Burrow is out for the season.
But they also should have sat that nigga early in the season.
Probably.
But I mean, look, in Joe Douglas's tenure, he's drafted an O-line in the first 2 rounds, or the first round in 2 years, and then the second round in the 3rd year. And it's been Mekhi Becton, AVT, and then Joe Tippmann. And
they can all be starters. They can all be good starters.
I mean,
and he drafted Carter Warren, who
but he was a 4th round pick.
Yeah, true. He's like day 3. I mean, Carter Warren's been playing more lately because of all the injuries, and I mean, he hasn't looked terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hasn't been bad.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like we're at the point where it's like a great. I actually tweeted this from our podcast today, but I was thinking about how in an alternate universe we would have hired Dan Campbell and we'd be the Bite Your Kneecaps Off podcast, and our offense would be good.
Oh man. I don't know about these Jets. What if Brett comes in and actually gets some wins?
Brett Rippon, Tank Runer.
Yeah.
Then we'll probably look back on today, cutting Tim Boyle as a very dark day in our franchise's history. And like, if we are gonna win a game, if we are gonna win like 1 or 2 meaningless games, like I think we all probably think we will. I'd rather it be like don't win against like the Commanders or the Patriots. Like win a game you're not supposed to if you're gonna ruin your tank. Like, go out and shock the Texans or the fucking, dare I say, the Dolphins or even like the Browns. Like don't winning against the Browns or even just not getting completely embarrassed against the Browns on Thursday Night Football would be like fine, but like Man, don't go beat the Patriots week 18.
Nah, beat the fucking Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
But that's what I'm saying, Mo. I'm saying if you're gonna ruin your tank by
Right.
winning a meaningless game,
No,
like,
I
you
understand.
shouldn't beat.
No, I heard you.
Yeah, but we're gonna beat the Patriots week 18 because
Yeah, I think so.
it's
Mac
just
Jones still starting for them?
They fucking suck.
they bench
There's
Mac
no way
Jones like
in
every
hell.
week, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Mac Jones or not Brett Ribbon, Bailey Zappi.
Bailey.
Zappy.
Fucking Zappy.
I could see us drafting Blake Corum.
Like, I feel like that name sounds familiar.
That Michigan running back.
Oh, we don't need another running back. Free is he?
Joe Douglas loves to draft running backs.
That is true.
He does
And
like
it seems like he wants to get
one
one every year.
But we don't. Oh man, he does pick one like every year. Shit,
he does. Michael Carter, and Brees Hall, and then Izzy.
That's wild. We've had it.
No shit. But he's kind of old. He's like 22.
We can't draft another one.
20. No, he's 23.
We could draft another one because
I think we will draft another because Dalvin Cook ain't coming back.
That's fine. It's not like he was doing anything anyways.
Michael Carter's gone, so not like any of
they don't even give him the ball.
You're gonna need bodies.
What's Izzy doing? What's Izzy doing?
I don't know. We don't know what Izzy can do.
They don't even.
They ain't giving him the ball.
Yeah, give Izzy the ball.
They gave him the ball once. They gave him the ball once in the Buffalo game. He had one carry for 10 yards. And then they were like, "Oh, this is working too well. Gotta take it."
You know how many snaps he's played? I want to say like 10.
And he's got what, like fucking
I know
3
he's got
rushes,
like
maybe.
Carry. He's averaging 10 yards a carry for his career. Like, let him play,
which is insane. Oh, I got.
Can you imagine he gets a chance. He puts up 100 yards. Ain't happening behind our line.
Oh damn! No, you can't do
that.
No, Justin, what would you do? What would you do in the first round of the draft in the Jets situation?
First round, I'm down for a quarterback. It's for me, it's either a quarterback or a wide receiver.
Damn, both.
Would you go? Assuming Caleb Williams and Drake May are gone, would you go Michael Penix or Jaden Daniels?
I see. I don't know enough of either of those. I only knew the first two. That's it. I'll do my due diligence and check it out before the fucking draft, definitely.
Well,
but
at the risk of this aging terribly, I'm going to say watch the college football playoffs and watch Washington. Michael Penix is him.
Okay. I think I was watching some of Washington this past weekend. I think
against Oregon.
Yeah, because my boy had some money on him, so I was fucking streaming on my phone for
twice already.
He had money on. Yeah, they beat him twice. He had money on Oregon or Washington.
On Washington.
Oh, good for him. Money line or spread?
I think it was money line.
Oh damn! Then he cleaned house.
I think so. He did win. Yeah, I know he won it.
Yeah, because they were like plus, but I mean he probably won like a decent amount of money because they were like plus 300, I think, on the money line. Because I was thinking about betting the Washington money line, and then
I was gonna ask you, could you place it for me?
Shit, I would have done it, and I would have matched. Sorry, we'll get him in the playoffs.
I gotta watch for college to fucking bet on that shit.
Yeah. I want to start going to more college games at like real college football stadiums. Like, I'm tired of going to Jet games in MetLife.
Shoot, I'm right here. I still need to go to a UT game.
Yeah, you're in Texas. Shit, man. You should see some college games.
I got Texas here. I got Texas A&M, Texas Tech.
Oh, you got all the stuff. Is Texas going to the SEC next year?
They're in the playoffs.
No, but I mean, are they moving? Are they changing conferences?
Yes, they are. They are.
Yeah, that's cool. I think it sucks that the Pac-12 isn't going to be a thing anymore.
I know.
And
It's only
I don't,
2 teams left.
and I don't. Yeah, the Tupac. And I don't like that. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Like California teams are going to be in the Big Ten now. Like that just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they're getting rid of it for. See, the left shit like the way it was. Why do they have to fuck shit up for?
Yeah, why do they keep changing everything? College football was just fine. It's all money.
It was fine 10 years ago.
It's definitely a money thing.
Shit.
Definitely a money
in politics.
Yeah, no shit.
Next year they're gonna have the extended playoffs, which
12 teams.
I'm pro extended playoffs or extended.
Yeah, me too.
Because Florida State got fucking gypped this year.
Oh, they got fucked.
Like they.
But I think the only reason they did that was because Jordan Travis got hurt.
Yeah, which I don't agree with because like they still went undefeated after he got hurt.
Yeah.
But Alabama had like a quality loss to Texas, so they get it.
Bama's always gets in.
Yeah, I mean if they did put Florida State in, then you can make the argument it's wild that the SEC champion isn't in it. So I think either way, I think that like they're proving the point that like we need more teams in the playoffs. And then you can make the bowl season, you can make like a whole tournament out of like the bowl games. Like you could pretty much make like the most high profile bowl games could all be playoff games. And then like, the like whatever, like the Days in Dakota Bowl could be between like Coastal Carolina and
Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty State or whatever. Oh man. Yeah. Should we do the picks?
Yeah.
I guess.
I pick the Lakers to win the in-season tournament.
Oh fuck.
I mean, yeah, they'll are they like favored to win it, or like who's favored to win the end season?
I don't know. They do play tonight against the Suns.
Yeah, they
so
play
the
Suns. That should be a good game.
Should be.
Also, breaking news: the Yankees acquired Alex Verdugo from the Red Sox.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, they traded Richard Fitz, Greg Weissert, and Nicholas Judas to the Red Sox for Alex Verdugo. I don't know who any of those people are. I kind of like Alex Verdugo, but also like this better not stop them from getting Juan Soto. If the Yankees don't get Juan Soto, there will be might be a little bit of a dust up at Yankee Stadium, a little January 6th situation. But the Yankees are but according to Twitter, the Yankees are still trying to get a deal done for Soto, and I think they will. I think both teams, not to go off the rails with baseball, but I think both teams really need to both teams really need to get this deal done. The Padres need like cash, and the Yankees really need Juan Soto. They need like a really like a legit like lefty bat in Yankee Stadium. But
we're supposed to get Corey Bellinger. That didn't happen.
Well, he's still out there, I think.
Is he? Shoot, get both.
Mets will get him, ruin him.
I think the Mets are. I think the Mets are not really. I think they're gonna be like.
I think you know what I think they're gonna do. They're gonna wait after Ohtani signs with the Dodgers, and then get him the year
the
after,
Mets.
and then sign him to like a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think the Mets are going to do a whole lot in this free agency. It doesn't seem like they're really interested in like being aggressive and like really getting like anybody. I feel like I almost feel like they're like kind of punting on this all season, and like they're playing for like they're more looking towards like 2025, or at least I mean that's what they told Scherzer before they traded him. The Mets.
I love the Mets. He's gonna do it like Tommy DeVito. I love the Mets.
Yeah, it's
speaking of Giants, Tommy DeVito's starting this week.
he is. They
Good.
yeah, like Tyrod Taylor's like healthy now, and they basically told him like, yeah, no, we're rolling with chicken cutlet man.
He's better than Zach Wilson.
DeVito is better than Zach Wilson. He threw for 3 touchdowns.
He's the
fucking Italian union guy. But no, he threw for 3 touchdowns against the Washington Football Commanders, which is something that Zach Wilson has never done against any team. In his
I was actually supposed to be at that game.
At the didn't like some of your other friends, like didn't Sean go and like
yeah, Sean and Frogger were there. Gavin had some tickets. I just didn't get down there.
You couldn't find a boat to ride down there or something? Nothing?
No. I went to a party. I went to the party the night before my plane down there, and I decided to chill with a girl instead that weekend. So
well, there you go. Mac and the Honeys.
I missed a good game though.
Mac and the Honeys outweighed going to FedEx Field for Giants Comets. That's probably the right call there. But
there was the deed done.
It is kind of sad that
the deed was done.
Okay.
Confirmed on the podcast, deed was done. Yeah. And turn into the Pat McAfee.
Yeah, man.
And clap. But I mean, where was I going? It is kind of sad that the Jets are like this dumpster fire, and like the Giants are just as bad, but like they're gonna get away with it. They're gonna get away with it and like slip under the radar with their dysfunction because like they look better. The media always protects the Giants. And like now they have, like this chicken cutlet Tommy DeVito kid. So it's really just like a meme. Whereas the Jets, it's just like utter chaos and dysfunction. God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
No, nothing.
But let's do our picks for week 14. Season is flying by. And how did we get here? The season once again over before Christmas for the New York Jets. They successfully finished no-win November. We will start with Thursday night football between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is actually a game that if you're a Jets fan, I think this is a game where you kind of have to root for the Patriots to win.
You gotta, but they're not going to.
No, they're going to. They're going to. Patriots are going to win because, this might be one of the worst football games ever played, but the Steelers always played down to competition and lose to like shitty teams. They just lost to the Cardinals. They lost Kenny Pickett. I think that Ryan Shazier openly cheating on his wife might have put a little bet.
What?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that story.
How is he cheating on his wife? Isn't he handicapped?
Well, it's an amazing comeback story because I'm pretty sure that when he was lying paralyzed on that field in Cincinnati, he probably never thought he was going to fuck another woman again. But But yeah, no, he cheated on his wife, and it was actually pretty wild.
Oh my God.
You didn't see like the
So she's been with him the whole time, and then he decides to do that.
Yeah,
That's
he did. Yeah, so like I guess he like left his computer up or something, and then his wife found like messages between him and like another girl, and like she like posted them on her Instagram and being like, "Oh, this is what a cheater looks like," and like this, that, and the third, and like the screenshots of the messages are there's actually kind of funny, but like it was just very awkward. Like it was very awkward, like flirting, like she was like basically she was like, oh, like I'm glad your wife's not too mad. I'm glad she's like your wife seems really cool. Like I would like to hang out with her or something. And then Ryan Shazier was like, yeah, she's cool as shit. While I'm like, cheating on her. And then and it was just like real awkward flirting.
She's nursing me right now.
And then like
she's nursing me to walk.
Like he said something like, oh yeah, I really like you. And then she's like, oh, I like you too. And then like his response to that was a link to a book like of like the Guide to Anal Sex for Women, Volume 2.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. Look into it. It's like it's That's bad. It's bad. Wild. But yeah, he sent her like she said I like you, and his response was just a link to Women's Guide to Anal Sex Volume 2, and then like how to like, and then like basically like
dude,
how to give the best.
He's 31.
I guess so.
Damn. What the fuck? How long? Oh, he got drafted in 2014. Damn, he wasn't. I didn't know he got drafted that long ago.
That's wild.
He got drafted before fucking what's his name? That was on the Jets. Darren Smith. Or was it Darren? No.
Darren Lee.
Darren Lee, yeah.
Darren Lee. I wonder what he's up to these days.
Confused.
Chilling.
Oh, he got arrested in September.
Yeah, he sure did.
He got arrested for possession of cocaine. So great to see. Great to see. Yeah, Darren Lee got arrested for cocaine. Ryan Shazier is cheating on his wife. So great to see. Great to see the
linebackers
of the past. Doing well in life. But yeah, I do think the Patriots will win this game for the reasons that I just listed. Although they really might just be losing on purpose at this point.
I think the Steelers win it. Steelers get the dub.
Damn.
Who you got, Mo?
This is interesting. I think the Steelers get the dub.
All right, you guys are taking the Steelers.
Yeah.
Pats. Looking at the games.
The only reason I picked the Steelers is because I had James Harrison's face looking at me right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your hands are kind of tied there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a scary ass nigga.
Yes.
Very scary indeed. I do love that story of him. Like he did like an interview with GQ, and he did like an interview with GQ. I think it was the interview where he like said how much he hated Roger Goodell, and like if Roger Goodell was like on fire, he wouldn't piss on him to put the fire out. And like when the person showed up to interview him, I guess he showed up like a little early, and the guy was and then James Harrison just like walked down in his robe, and he was just like, "You're early."
Get your ass outside.
Yeah. Moving on with the picks, I'm looking for games that might be of interest. We'll pick this game just because it has some playoff implications and has some AFC wildcard implications. And at this point, it's a kind of a hard game to pick, but we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning proving once again that your season isn't necessarily over just because your star quarterback gets hurt for the season. And also the Colts also proving that when your starting quarterback gets hurt, that your season is not over. All it really would have taken was, just like I think the Jets would have just had to give Gardner Minshew another $500K or $1 million, and he would have been a Jet, and we'd be like on our way to a 10 wins and a wild card berth.
Yeah.
But instead, here we are. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts in this one.
You taking the Colts?
Yep, I'm taking the Colts.
No, Browning. Let's go. I'm going with Browning.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is too good.
Yeah, he is. Chase is nice.
Is it at Colts?
It's at Cincinnati.
Oh, even better.
Oh man, fuck. Yeah, I'm taking Colts.
All right. We have an NFC South showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh.
Fresh off of their win against us, and the Bucs fresh off of their win against the Carolina Panthers. Give me the Falcons.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Taking the Bucs on this one.
Shit.
Bacon.
Wait, what?
Bacon friends. Who you thinking?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking the Bucs.
All right. Falcons are the home team, but who knows? Let's see. We have the Jacksonville
Desmond Ritter
Jaguars.
sucks ass.
Like that's
I still can't believe we lost.
We lost to Desmond. You just lost to Desmond Ritter. How embarrassing that is.
Fucking shit.
No bueno, man. No bueno.
Hector, you said Falcons?
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
Okay.
Had to do it to him. Damn, Julius Randle scored 41 points tonight.
Yeah, and they
Still
fucking
lost.
lost.
And they lost.
God. I have it on right here. Oh, Lord. Did the Rangers
Miami
lose too?
playing tonight, not the fucking Knicks.
Yeah, the Rangers lost 6-2.
Nice. What's the Islanders score?
Islanders are up 4-2
5.
with like 4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Nice.
Not holding my breath. We'll probably blow that game.
Oh no, we could definitely lose that game.
Let me put it on so I can confirm it.
Definitely a losable game.
or jinx it. I want you in the pool with me.
So we could do we could do the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. It's an ankle sprain for Trevor Lawrence, so I'm guessing he's not going to be back. And I guess the Browns, I'm not sure who the Browns are going to play. I mean, Joe Flacco looked all right for them on Sunday, but I think they demoted him back to the practice squad, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they got rid of him. Or
not got rid of him.
Shit.
They sent him back down to practice squad. So I don't know if that means. I guess Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be the quarterback. I don't know. But
no idea.
The Browns are 3-point favorites at home. I think the Jaguars are a little bit fraudulent. I think the Browns are going to win.
Really? Who the Jags got? They got CJ Bedard, right?
Yeah. CJ
Is that who
Beathard
came in for fucking Trevor?
Yeah,
Beathard.
and he looks okay too. Literally
he looks
like
okay.
every backup quarterback that comes in and plays well is like an indictment of the Jets.
Could have got one of them.
We picked all these trash ass backup quarterbacks, and like Carson Wentz was still out there.
Yeah, and he signed for what, like $600,000?
I would have taken Wentz.
And I was shit. At least he won games. And then you Trevor Siemian. The fuck.
Let's go get Colt McCoy.
And then Brett Rippon. Dude, really? Oh Lord.
Oh man, this game.
Shit,
Jags are the fucking Browns, you said? Right? Yeah.
I picked the Jags.
You're picking the Jags? I think I'm gonna go Browns this one.
Yeah.
Browning it up.
I think I'm gonna go Browns.
Browns.
Trevor's out. Yeah,
Is it at Jags or Browns?
It's in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland.
In Cleveland. What do they call that place? The Doghouse?
The Dog Pound.
That's the section.
I was close.
At least those dogs will be barking.
No, we're in the doghouse.
The Georgia dogs are barking no more.
Man.
See what games here are good. We got the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Bills coming off their bye week. Kansas City coming off a loss to the Packers. They're not looking as invincible as they usually do.
That's true.
This is a tough game, actually.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Bills on this one.
I don't want to take the Bills. I do think they could win, but fuck it, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah. They're not going back-to-back losses.
Yeah, it's time for the Bills.
Oh, I know.
Oh, the Sharks scored. It's 4-3.
Let me find out who's reffing this game, and I'll tell you exactly. Is Taylor Swift attending?
No.
I mean, well, also that theory got disproven because
because they lost last week.
The Packers won.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was there that game? They didn't cut
her.
I didn't notice.
I think that's the first game the Chiefs lost that Taylor Swift was at.
Good.
It was good for us too because it moved us into the sixth pick of the draft because it gave the Sharks, or I'm sorry, not the Sharks. It gave us it gave us a worse strength of schedule than the Giants. Oh wow, the Sharks tied this game.
Yeah, they did.
Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all fucking suck.
There's 1 minute left.
Oh my fucking god! I'm not
as
surprised.
Soon as I turned it on,
fucking Devils a couple days ago.
It was 1 week ago. It was a week.
It was 1 week ago.
God, it's got about a week ago.
He's fucking losing the same about a week ago.
I think Thomas Hurdle might have a hat trick in this game.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next game, and Thomas Hurdle does have his hat trick. Very distracted here. The next game, let's do the Sunday night game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, shit.
Game of the week. Should be a good one.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites at home. I'm gonna take the Cowboys. I think the dream of the Jets being the only team to beat the Eagles is dead, unfortunately.
I'm keeping that dream alive, and I'm picking the Eagles.
Well, the dream's already dead after the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Niners are gonna whoop their ass.
I don't count them. They were supposed to beat them. We weren't.
Yeah, that's a Super Bowl winner. They're gonna. All right. I'm picking. Oh man.
Never happened.
I wanted to pick the Cowboys.
It's December. Remember that.
True.
Well, December's the new November, and January is the new December.
That's
I think the Cowboys are safe until January.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, no, I think the Cowboys are like a pretty legit team, and I actually
they are.
I just don't think the Eagles are gonna take that loss lightly because the Eagles played well against the Niners. The Niners just fucking whooped their ass.
It was like the Eagles. The Eagles didn't play bad. The Niners came out in that game pissed off. Like they showed up to the game in all black, like for the Eagles' funeral. Like you could tell they were pissed off about what happened last year, and they came there with revenge on their minds. Deebo Samuel wearing like the all black Nikes. Like,
yeah, the Niners are the team to beat. Man. I think
this might be a hot take. I think we could compete with the Niners.
Oh, that is a hot take. That's a very good take. I don't even know if I'd make that take.
I mean, like as
on like a Thursday night game
with who a quarterback?
Zach.
Was Zach? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see it. I think we lose like 45-0. If the Jets and 49ers,
I could see I could just see it coming out of nowhere because we compete with good teams, and
we do.
Yeah,
the defense.
I don't know.
Shut down McCaffrey.
Maybe we do well in the first 3 quarters of the first half.
But it would have to be the defense being elite.
Yeah, we would do. Yeah. We would probably do good up until like the 2-minute warning of the first half,
and then just they put fucking 2 touchdowns in those 2.
And then the Niners just destroy us.
And then the second half would just be shit.
All right, so you taking the boys?
Nah, I'm taking the Eagles in this one.
I'm taking the
Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I
think they're gonna come back strong.
There's 2 Monday night games, but really neither of them are any good. But we should only do one because I mean Titans Dolphins is a waste of time to talk about. But the Packers Giants should be maybe kind of interesting. I mean I'm taking the Packers.
It could be interesting. It could be. Depends on Chicken Cutlet, boy.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be like, I'm sure there's going to be like 1,000 commercials, or not commercials, but there are going to be like 1,000 like tidbits in the game broadcast about Tommy DeVito living with his parents and eating chicken parms and chicken cutlets and all that jazz.
I wouldn't doubt it. But
no, the Packers look really good right now. which good for them. I hope Jordan Love has a great, fruitful career and that he comes to the Jets in 2038.
Nah. Rodgers is the last
I'm
one.
good.
All right, the last one.
Rodgers is the final Hall of Fame Green Bay quarterback experiment.
Yeah,
No more.
it ain't happening again. Nah. Oh man, I'm taking. I'm gonna have the hot take. I'm gonna take the Giants.
All right, Giants
The
are.
Giants.
You know what? I think I'm gonna
They
take
have
the
extra time
Giants
to
too.
prepare for this game.
Yeah,
I think
They're coming
I'm
off their
taking the
bye.
Giants. I'm taking the Giants too.
I actually might put some money on the Giants.
Damn, that would be a nice payout.
It would be. I'll parlay them into a pick.
Well, let me know so I can tail it.
All right. You got to check. Shit. Oh, man.
And then last and certainly least,
Yeah.
No shit.
the New York Jets at home against the Houston Texans. The Texans are currently 5.5 point favorites on the road in this one.
Just 5?
I put Texans for all of us, just so you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's gonna be the move. I think it's just a matter of who's I think it's just a matter of what the score is.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure.
DJ had a good score.
Let's make this a little more fun. So start off with who you think the starting quarterback will be, and then what the final score will be.
I'm going with Brett. I'm hoping it's Brett.
We go from Aaron to Brett. Reverse Packers.
I don't know if he is able to start because you need to be.
What are the rules for that?
Be in the. I think you need to be practicing on Tuesday. So I guess today would be the day.
Yeah, I don't know if he practiced today. Tuesday is usually an off day for the players.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they usually practice.
No, you need to be brought in on Tuesday.
All right, yeah. So he was brought in today. So he checks that box, and they're activating him. I think there's definitely looking like there's definitely going to be some. It definitely seems like there's momentum gearing towards Brett Rippon starting. That was a good call that that DJ pointed out that he has played in Hackett's offense before. I totally forgot about
that. Was me.
I guess that was you. Good call by you, Mo. Good call by Mo pointing that out. I totally forgot about that happening last year for whatever reason.
Yeah, he played us twice. He beat us with Sam Darnold, and then he played against us last year.
He beat us in that. That was pre-Hackett. But he beat us in that Thursday night game
during the COVID year.
Yeah, I was tripping on mushrooms during that game. that was kind of the night. That was kind of the night I decided that Sam Darnold wasn't the guy anymore because I saw him and I was like, he looks like
Sam Darnold had a 50-yard run that game.
Yeah, he had he turned into Samuel Jackson.
He did.
Samuel Jackson,
Justin, meaning like Bo Jackson.
Justin, you've got Brett Rippon starting, and what is your score prediction?
All right, I think 20-7.
27 Jets, right?
Ha! Nah. No. Make that 20-10. 20-10. 20-10.
20-10. A touchdown and a field goal.
And a field goal. Greg's gonna get some.
All right, I'm putting Zach.
You think Zach plays?
Zach L. Jackson.
Black Wilson.
I'm gonna say 35-6.
Ooh, 35. God damn. I think our defense is gonna do all right.
So
All right, 30.
I'm gonna say
31.
I'm gonna say Trevor Siemian plays. I'm gonna say they give Trevor a game.
We all got different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they give Trevor Siemian a game to see a full game to see what he does. And I think that we will lose. I think we'll lose 24-6.
And the Islanders just lost.
Did they? I
Four
guess my stream's behind. That's
fucking nonsense.
what a fucking joke. I just saw
Seriously.
That's
fucking trash. Fucking trash.
Yeah, it's fucking embarrassing.
And it is what it is.
Up 2 goals with 4 minutes left. Yeah.
Tonight would have been the perfect night to do a fade New York parlay. If you would have bet
New York
Senators, Sharks, and Milwaukee Bucks. All beat New York teams.
It's a bad night for New York.
I don't know if
bums.
I don't know if either of you got any trivia for us, or if we should just end the show.
I do.
You do?
Oh, you do?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Surprise! So it's gonna be guess this player on their career path. So yeah, I don't have any visuals for us at this time, but I'm trying to figure out whether I should give the year they were drafted. You know,
it ain't gonna help me.
Yeah, I know. All right, so I'll give the round.
Give me the last name. I probably still won't.
And I'll give the college and the teams.
Ooh.
So, all right, first player drafted in 1997, first round pick, pick 12. Played for Tampa Bay from 97 to 2001, and then played for the Falcons from 2002 to 2007.
Warwick Dunn.
Yes.
Ooh, done.
That was fast. Okay. Florida State product. Drafted in 89. First round pick. 5th pick. Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco, Dallas Cowboys, Washington, and Baltimore.
Deion Sanders.
That was too easy.
Was it?
Yeah. All right. And this is the third one. This is the last one for me. I'm gonna get all the good ones next time. All right. College, Kent State. Drafted by Pittsburgh.
That's
Then
it.
played for Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh again, and New England.
So he went to Kent State. He was drafted by the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. In 2002. Undrafted.
Oh, he was, and then went to Baltimore, Cincinnati, and then back to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Kiesel.
Defensive player.
So not Brett Kiesel?
No.
Wait, you said what teams? Never mind. I'm thinking someone else.
Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Pittsburgh again, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh again, New England.
James Harrison.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being
He did it. And he played for some team. NFL Europe in Germany. That's weird. I didn't know that.
He was chilling with your brother.
2004? I don't know. That was
He
like
was,
10
he was
years
fucking
later.
your brother's wife.
That's fucked up. Was she might have been a teenager then.
I thought she was older than that.
Yeah, she is. Well, shit. She might have been maybe 18, 19.
Maybe.
She's 34 now, or 35.
Oh, I thought she was more than that. Shit. All right, never mind then.
You know what? Yeah, she might be older. She might be like LeBron's age. Now I'm thinking about it. 85. So what's that? 85, 37, 38.
Yeah, she almost
30,
LeBron's
38.
age.
Yeah. So she's 38. LeBron's 84. Oh, there it is. And that's the podcast.
And that's the podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been another episode of All Gas No Break. This season has been shit, but we will be back. Deuces.
With some more fuck shit.
Yeah, always.
As